What's up, YouTube? My name is Ty, financial advisor. Welcome to my channel. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is GOEV, Canoo. This finishes at $3.63 today. That is up 53.16%.
Winning.
So I have seen this stock trend on and off in the past before. We never analyzed it on the show here, but today this had some major price action, did make top 10 on StockTwits, had about 3,000 mentions, so it's worth analyzing today. And there was a reason as to why this stock went up so much. We did have some very bullish news, so let's check that out. Walmart signed a definitive agreement with the company to purchase 4,500 all-electric delivery vehicles, beginning with the lifestyle delivery vehicle, with the option to purchase up to 10,000 units. Very bullish news. The market loved it. Everyone piling in here. And honestly, this seems like a gamma squeeze today, because this is some massive volume. All right, let's jump right in. Let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we have a cup and handle in the making. Bottom of the cup being the low of 175, and there can be multiple possible tops. It can be 510 or 620, and longer term, this is part of an even bigger cup and handle, where this has the potential to go all the way back up to the high of 1335. Although I do think the most realistic top would be 620. But those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. And then we have a gap down back here at 575. So that is a bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to 575 to fill this gap. And in the aftermarket here, this is running up to 368. So if this aftermarket action holds, that would be a bullish indicator for tomorrow. That is suggesting that tomorrow the stock will run to the upside as well. And today there was a gap up created at 270. So that is a bearish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back down to 270 to fill this gap. And that should happen in the short term. And here we do have a symmetrical triangle forming. There's a lot more consolidation to go. But right now this is consolidating between $5 and $2.50. So eventually this should consolidate somewhere around $3.75. And from there, it should break out either way, to the upside or the downside. So the symmetrical triangle is currently a neutral indicator. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is sitting on the support of 365, which it finished around today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 375, 380, 440, 450, 460, 470, 480, 495, 510, 525, 530, 540, 555, 570, 585, 595, and then $6. There is resistance above $6, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 360, 350, 345, 340, 330, 320, 315, 305, $3, 285, 275, 265, 255, 245, 235, 225, 215, 210, 205, 190, 185, and then the low of 175. So right now at the current price, 363, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a regular amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 380 to the upside, the channels start to open up and get really wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 380, and then once it hits 440, the channel starts to narrow again. So from 380 to 440, expect big price action, and then above 440, expect regular price action again. RSI is currently at 66, so not quite overbought and overvalued, but definitely on the higher end there. So be careful, guys. According to the RSI, the current price of 363 should be a little bit lower, and this did 173 million in volume today. Very significant volume. Biggest volume day ever for this stock, by far. So it definitely appears like today was a gamma squeeze. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So once again, extremely bullish news. Major price action today. I'm sure the apes are really happy. In the long term, this looks very bullish. Again, we have strong bullish indicators in the cup and handle and gap down. However, in the short term, I do believe this is going to pull back quite a bit before it goes to the upside again. Again, we have bearish indicators in the gap up and high RSI. And then we have a neutral indicator in the symmetrical triangle. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, you missed a lot of upside already today. And at this point, it is starting to look pretty bearish in the short term. So if you were to go long here at the current price, that would probably be FOMO. And you're probably going to get burned. I don't like the current entry, 363. That's currently on the overbought, overvalued side. And again, there is the gap up at 270. I do believe it will come back down there to fill the gap in the short term. And I think that would be an excellent entry. So from the current price of 363 down to 270 where the gap is, that would be over a 25% downside. And from the current price 363 up to the gap at 575, that would be about a 60% upside potential. So I would say going long at the current price 363 would be a high risk, high reward play. In the long term, I guess it's not such a bad entry, but if you hold off here, if you're a little patient, you should be able to get a much better entry at 270. So from 270, where the gap is, up to 575, where the other gap is, that would be over a 110% upside potential. So I would say going long at 270 would be a low risk, really high reward play. Definitely worth a shot. Can't go too wrong there. Not much downside potential at that point and huge upside potential. So I don't like the entry of 363. I would support going along at 270 and lower. And if it pulls back, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, looks like a pretty good play to me. Again, this should come back down to 270 to fill the gap in the short term. And from the current price, 363, that would be about a 25% downside potential. So pretty big downside potential. I would say going short at the current price, 363, would be a medium risk, high reward play. I say medium risk because this can keep running to the upside, possibly all the way up to 575, but seems pretty unlikely at this point. It does appear like the squeeze is going to wind down, and this is due for a pretty big pullback, but it is possible, so be aware of that. And I say high reward play because, again, there is huge downside potential here. So it's definitely worth a shot, in my opinion. Not exactly an excellent short play, but definitely an above average short play here, and you should be able to make 25% to the downside relatively easily. So I can't support going short at the current price, 373 and higher, and I would cover at 270 where the gap is. So pretty straightforward, guys. Really bullish news today. Massive Walmart order. Stock went gamma squeezing. So long term, the stock looks really bullish, but in the short term, I do believe this is due for some pretty big pullback before it runs to the upside again. So if you want to go long, in the long term, the current price is not such a bad entry, but you already missed huge upside potential today, and going long at this point would kind of be FOMO, so I think the better play would be to hold off and set your buy orders to 270 where the gap is. I think that would be an excellent entry. From there, not too much downside potential and huge upside potential, and if you want to go short, looks like a pretty good play to me. Again, should come back down to 270 where the gap is, and that should be a relatively easy 25% to the downside. So there are opportunities to make money on both sides here. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. Consider taking profits if you're up, not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is GOEV, Canoo. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See ya guys tomorrow. Peace out.